We're back for part 2 of the £150 sterling caravan. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to start removing parts for sale. So we've got an oven, we've got a fridge, we've got a flushing toilet, we've got a battery charger, yeah, we've got all sorts of stuff. So I'm going to get in there and get that out today, ready for sale. Everything that I take out of these caravans is listed for sale in my eBay store, which will be linked on the video. So anybody that wants to buy anything through the channel will get a 20% discount. So if you're in the eBay store, drop me a message, let me know that you've been watching the channel, and we'll organise a 20% discount. But with that being said, let's crack on and get these bits out. See, the carpet is absolutely soaked here because obviously in one of the storms the roof vent has blown off, so there's just a big gaping hole in the roof. But it's a real shame because of that, this caravan's pretty much unusable, because I don't know how long it's been here. It's obviously been a while, and that water, you know, over the last winter or however many winters it's been here, the floor is just soaking and you can smell it, but also it's really spongy here as well. So it could be fixed, but a caravan of this age, there's probably no point. So we'll put it to good use, and we'll send all these parts onto a new life. So I don't know what's happening here, but there's a little pin that retains the fridge. Let's see if we get that. There we go. Trusty pliers or snips. No, there we go. Nice. So, nice little fridge. Yeah, and we've got one proud owner on eBay who's waiting for that, so we're going to get that out today and get it shipped. Right, so this one's a bit different, because what I'm not seeing is, okay. So the ones that I've had previously, there's been a little retention or cover clip here and 4 screws here and then all this way down. However, what I'm seeing on this one is here. So we'll get these clips off, get the screws out, and then hopefully we can get it out. Right, let's see. So, and of course it is a flathead screwdriver, but I should be able to pop these off. Yeah, there we go. So, it's just, I mean, it is an Electrolux fridge and it's the same as the others, but I suppose as the years go on and the designs change, and maybe the style of the caravan, they find different ways of kind of connecting them on. So, right. Don't do this to me, I don't want to lose another clip. Well, there we go. Right. So we've exposed the screws, so they're in here. And the same here. And yeah, down there. Thankfully I remembered to charge my drill last night, so that's interesting. That's no wait. We might need to go manual with this because these screws are not liking the drill bit in there, so yeah, it's probably a better idea. The thing is with caravan fixtures and fittings, you know, the fixings and the fittings, they generally are quite obviously frail, and certainly if a caravan's older, it's not uncommon for these screws to be rusted in there or to be stripped because somebody's done something to it in the first place or before. So because this one is just spinning even with a screwdriver, so is that it coming now? Possibly. This one at the bottom. this one is not a happy bunny at all. Right, so there we go. Right, so they're undone. This one, for whatever reason, you can see in there, but yeah, this one just wasn't for coming out. To be honest, I think it's still stuck, but we'll soon find out and try and pull this out. So we've got them, so that seemed to be easy enough. So let's see what we can do here. Yeah, so that one's out, that one, and that one's out, but this one, it's just not budging. You need to be careful, because the last thing I want to do is damage this. There is a buyer now, so there's a buyer waiting for this. So the chap that's bought this has also bought a hob that I got out of the free caravan, which was on another video, so he's a repeat customer, so we want to make sure. Right, is this moving at the bottom? To look at the toolbox here. Right, what we got? We'll go a flathead and see if we can just tease this out. So we've got movement, but just in there you can see that. So that screw, for whatever reason, doesn't want to turn here. So if I can just squeeze this past here without damaging this fridge. Yeah. Let's try that again. So we want to go past. And actually, in doing that, I've managed to free off that screw, so yeah, there we go. Right. Right, there we go. Same story as the last one really, so all these fridges are the same Electrolux. So we've got our 240 volt intake, we've also got our battery terminals there, and we've got the gas connection here. We'll get that off. That's what it looks like behind. These things are generally always fitted over a wheel arch, so that's why they've got this little cavity here, if you like, to let the wheel arch, or I suppose to rest on the wheel arch. Right. Let's cut this cable about here. Yeah, sorry. These are the battery terminals. So what we'll do is we'll cut these. Yeah. We'll cut these about there. Yeah, I'll cut that there. Excellent. And then, as you all know, I always forget to bring the right tools, so I need to get that off of there. But what I normally do is I normally just cut the gas pipe here anyway. Really easy to cut with these, because the new owner will have to undo that and connect it to their own gas anyway. But if I'm honest, most people, when they buy these, they're not even bothered with the gas. It's rare that somebody says, yeah, I'm going to use it as a three-way. Most people are interested in 240 and battery, so this is not a need, so that can just be cut off, and you don't really need to worry about it. So right, let's see how we get this gas cut here. Oh, hang on. There's our retention clip here that's restricting it from moving, so we'll get this off and then we should be able to free up. This thing's shot anyway, so let's take that off. There we go. Fridge good to go. Right, oven has also sold. This should be really straightforward. So what I'm looking at here is 1, 2, 3, 4 down there underneath. Actually, is it under here? Yeah, it's just in there, so I need to be careful I'll get that out. Part of this sale was this little drawer. So we'll take this drawer out, and then obviously the hob as well. So not the glass, just the gas hob as well. So let's get these out. Start with the oven. Trays, let's see. Yeah, so that fascia. Coming off there, that's fine. These screws in here, so let's get yeah. Do you know, every so often you come across fittings where you're like, how did they get that screw in? But you just have to, or how did you get it out? But I suppose we can keep this door open. There we go. So this fascia should come off. Carefully. I'll put that there. And with a bit of luck, this should come right out, which it does. There we go. Nice good quality oven. So same again. So it's come from this housing here. And you know what, I find it amazing, right? These caravans are getting hauled about, going over bumpy roads, going over fields, into bumpy caravan sites, you know, down the motorway, round bends, and it's literally held in with 4 screws. That is it. On like 1/2 inch timber. It's not even timber, it's like formica. We'll get these drawers off, then we'll get the hob out. And again, really straightforward. I say, classic. These I'm yet to find hinges or screws on any Caravan, on any of these fittings that don't have rusted fittings, sorry. So I'm going to have to use the old hand screwdriver for this one. And you know, I bring that I bring my Ryobi drills and you know, and try and use these for quickness, I suppose. But it's not always the way to do it, because it just completely strips these screws that are already at end of life. Who's this guy? Probably been in here for 100 years. Yeah, well, I know flies don't live that long, but you know. I'm actually thinking this. Let's try. Yeah, so we're just asking for trouble there, aren't we? No. Completely gone. Well, some may say that was unnecessary, but you know, the kitchen itself and the the cabinetry and stuff's not been salvaged because it's suffered too much moisture damage underneath. With the water coming down for the ceiling into the carpet, this, because of the kind of timber it is, it's just MDF. It's just absorbed the water. It's all swelling, so nobody's really going to get any use out of this. There we go. That can go. Right, next. Same story. Let's get these off. It's like new as well. We're going to get this in here, or no? Okay. It's looking like, so we'll undo, he says, we'll undo the screws on the frontal itself, but even there, no, there we go, no. Jeez, look at these. So, this one's moving. Not moving, but you can see there as well. I'm going to have to use a smaller screwdriver because you're trying to get it out at an angle, which doesn't help. And these are short as well, so see what we can do. Right, that hinge is actually buckled because I've had to force it off, so we'll have to get that off because that needs to go as part of this sail anyway. So let's see.
So I wonder, just tease these out.
I realise I used the word tease there and that wasn't teasing. However, these are so badly rusted on that once we get this frontal off, we'll get this hob off and we'll get this grill unit out, and then we can straighten these hinges up. So let's see if we can get this off of here.
Yeah, so we're getting a bit of movement here. It's always the same, isn't it? One will come out and one doesn't. Right. Okay. Oh. That guy. Put these screws back in. Don't lose them. Right. Door number 2.
Still better get this fob off, so. No, that was easy.
Yeah, so our screws will be hiding under here. While it isn't the cleanest, and there is a bit of corrosion, once this cleans up, it's going to look half decent, so you need to be careful taking these off so that we don't scrape any of the paint away. So obviously the customer's not going to be happy with that. So let's see if we can get this off. There we go. So little rubber bungs that are in the insert, or they're inserted, so you've got to get them out. Well, they've been in there that long. There we go, there's another one. Well, this one's not coming out. Head torch, at least I can see now. Ah, that's better. Right. Come on. You know, one of these days it'll be 4 out of 4. I'll show you what I'm dealing with here. So you can see here, so the rubber bung, whoop, is what's in here. This one, and I'm making a bit of a pig's ear of that as well, so this is the one I'm struggling with here. Alright, let's see. Yep, so we've got this one out. Oops. This one, not moving. Right, this one's so badly corroded that it's, I mean it's spinning, but the top of the screw head is not good. So I'm thinking we might just get that off of there. Right, good. There's a bit of movement here. It's just this one at the back here. I cannot get this off. And you know, this is, you know, this is just what happens when you're dealing with old caravans and you're salvaging old appliances and things that customers need to be aware of, because they have been sitting that long that they do corrode, and you know, anything can happen to them. And some customers are slightly miffed when they receive an item and it's used, or there is a chewed up screw hole or something like that. But you know, if you're buying used, then you do have to expect this. So when I list these items, I'm always, you know, really clear on, you know, with a disclaimer that it's a used item. So be prepared for signs of use. And I do take extra care in taking these items out, because the last thing I want to do is break it, because that's, well, no sale for me. That's stock that needs to go in the bin. But then I don't want a disappointed customer either, because, you know, a lot of people that buy from us on eBay are repeat customers. So, oh, there we go. Haha, out. Right. Again, same scenario. This comes off and then it goes to your gas feed. Yeah, so we'll get this cut and then get this in the van as well. So this is the grill pan area. So it's folded steel. This is where your grill pan is under, so then your hob's sitting on top of this and your grill's underneath. So we will send this as part of the sale so that we can use the whole unit. What I can see, it's pretty much coming out. What's retaining it is these, and I'm assuming these rotten screws that were attached to the front of the grill as well. So we'll get these off. Hob, fittings, grill pan or grill area, grill pan, actual grill pan, the burners, and then the frontals. So let's get these in the van. And there we go. Fridge, oven, frontals, grill, and hob. Let's get this toilet out. This looks like an easier job. These screws are bigger and they don't look rusted on, so hopefully we can get this off quicker. The last video I did was a free caravan and I took this toilet out, and there was quite a few people in the comments that were affronted that I wasn't wearing gloves for taking a toilet out, so thanks for that advice. I've put gloves on. Somebody else suggested as well, rather than trying to peel it off or gouge it out with a screwdriver, the fascia that is, use a wallpaper scraper, so that's what I'm doing. Do you know the amount of times that I do this? That I come down here and I take bits and pieces off caravans, and I always forget to bring something to carry the screws in, so I don't lose them. So that should hopefully be learning from this video. Right, let's see if we can get this panel off here. Would you Adam and Eve it? A wallpaper scraper is the answer. Right, what do we see? See if a gaping hole there for a start. So we've got a fascia here, so we'll get these screws out. And this is a shower tray that's connected onto the bottom of the toilet there. And then we've also got some, oops, we've got some fascias around here as well. So we'll get off. Dare I look in here? Oh, ooh, okay. Okay, clean. other than a mildew around there. But okay, good. Let's get this out then. Right. This one seems to be really in there. Normally after you separate it from the bracket, the back wall should just lift out, but I've taken a cassette out on the other side and there's 2 rusted screws that are, you know, budging. Sorry, not budging, so I put a bit of WD-40 on them. But I'm just going to take out this shower tray carefully just to see if there's anything at the bottom here. So we'll get this out as well. Right, obviously these are locked. I don't have any keys. However, we can see we have some goodies in here. So we're going to get this open. Just like that. So we've got a reel for the 240 volt hookup at a site. We've got 2 gas bottles, one of which feels, that one feels almost full, that one feels kind of half full. We've then got the trolley for the water carriers, fantastic. 2 little wheel chocks, excellent. And what that is. If anybody knows what it is, please let me know. At the moment, I don't know. Yes, that's quite a haul in there, so let's get this stuff out as well. Obviously, all these cables, it's all money, isn't it? So we've got connectors here, we've got charge points, we've got the 240 volt connectors, little wheel shocks. So I would say half full, not half empty. Yeah, about the same. So between the 2 of them, we've probably got about, well, a full gas bottle. But again, these can be sold, obviously as used. Somebody got use out of them, and then I've obviously got the empty bottles. We've also got a good old gas regulator and hose as well. Okay. Do you know what? I've actually sold a couple of these. Obviously I don't have the keys, but I've actually managed to sell these hatch covers here as well, so I'll try and get it back on just now. Right, we'll do that for now. got the grey plug, always handy to have.
So, it's a really good haul out of this one as well. You know, 50 quid for the cable, maybe 50 quid for the bottles, and then there's obviously other bits and pieces that I put in the van. We've still got other stuff to get off of this, so we've obviously got the water heater, TV aerial, and we've got windows as well, which I will. And you know what? Yes, I know they're decorators ladders, they're not for this kind of terrain or going up the side of a caravan, but I don't actually have any decent ladders, so we'll climb up here and get this off. So this is actually missing the antenna off the top. However, we go 1, 2, 3, 4 screws there, so let's get them off. Do you know, this might be a rookie mistake because I should have remembered for the last time I took this off, or one of these off, you actually need a stubby screwdriver because you can't actually get in. So, but you can do this. Now we can get it off. Yeah, that's fine. So it's as easy as that to get it off. So we'll go inside and we'll get the booster off. I don't want to cut this because that's connected to the booster, so we want to keep that all intact so that the new owner can actually fit it with ease. So let's get down these ladders. Ugh. Right, I'm certain, yeah, there we go. So, booster's in there, so let's see if we get this off. So, yeah, what we'll do is we'll disconnect these coaxial cables. And then we should be able just to pull them through. Yep, rookie mistake there. So you can take it out. It's these that it's just these clips that are holding it in. So I've pushed the wire up and I've just heard it fall down the side of it. There it is there actually. It's just fell down the side of the caravan. So let's go and get it. Oops. Right, control panel. So I've got electrics down here. Ah, there we go. Right, this looks a bit easier to get off, and this is what I'll be looking for. Right, let's get some tools and get it out.
Excellent. Whole control panel system in here. Right, so we've got our clips. Yep. So what we'll do is we'll just disconnect all of these and then we'll get off. We'll just disconnect the live earth and neutral. We'll get that off of there and we'll just need to snip the 240 connection. Right, let's get these off. Come on. There we go. Right. Excellent. So, basically got a plug-in system. Full Caravan mains plug-in system with pump, heater, battery charger, and then obviously toggling between car and van. I've got the fuses, so this is good. We'll send a picture to the guy on eBay and see if this is what they're looking for. So yeah, so that concludes the two-part video of the Sterling Caravan Europa, or the Sterling Europa Caravan that was obtained for 150 quid. If you've watched both videos, you'll have seen how I got this and why I got it and what the plans were. If you've been watching the videos, you'll have seen me taking all the bits and pieces out. But just to end the video, and just to make you aware, you know, how profitable was this venture in this caravan. So everything's come out of here. So we've got an oven, a hob, a sink, a tap, a water heater, we have flush and toilet, a TV aerial. There's windows come out here, but I haven't done those yet because I was waiting until the very end, just so that water's not getting in there and rotting it further. There's other bits and pieces that we got from here. So there was camping chairs, there was kitchen, caravan kitchen utensils, Dirt Devil hoovers, all manner of things. We then got stuff from the front. So we got gas bottles, we got electric hookup cables,
spare wheel, yeah, just all manner of things. All these things, if you're watching the channel, or you've been watching the channel regularly, you'll understand that these parts are all sold on the eBay store, which is linked in the video. So most of this stuff is sold, but so far we're up to sales of 856 quid off this Caravan. There's still bits and pieces to go. There's still about 400 quid worth of windows. The door, the barn door, is worth about, say, 100 quid. There's other bits and pieces, tail lights, the seating area, the bed area at the front's up on eBay. I've had a few inquiries about that. That'll be about 300 quid. Yeah, really popular. And really relevant, because, you know, that's what everybody's doing. People are buying old vans, they're buying old caravans, they're buying horse boxes and turning them into big motorhomes, big holiday homes. And that's what I love doing, or that's why I love doing this, because otherwise this thing will just be left to rot into nothing, and it'll be useless, whereas these parts are all coming out and they're getting a new life. So what's next for this Caravan? Well, once I get the windows out, once I get the door out, and once I get the cushions and stuff out and into storage, it'll be time to cut it down and dispose of it responsibly. They are fairly easy to break down, a reciprocating saw or even a jigsaw, and we just cut it into sections. But before we did that on the outside, we need to get inside and just start ripping off, you know, the timbers on the inside and the insulation. It doesn't take long. That stuff, firewood, or just to the local amenity site, and then the rest of it gets cut down, and then we're left with a chassis. And then the chassis, you know, those are sought after as well. You know, all manner of people are interested in those for making trailers, box trailers, garden trailers, whatever. Just something for transporting. So the final thing that's left, which is the chassis, usually sells for about 100 and 150 quid. So by the time we're finished with this, we should be up to about 1400 quid in sales. As I said in my previous video, all this stuff is for sale in our eBay store. Anybody that wants to buy anything and discovered the store through the eBay channel, then everybody who does that, fuck's sake. As I mentioned before, all the stuff that we take off is sold in our eBay store. For anybody that's interested or wants to buy anything from us, there is a 20% discount for anybody who buys through the channel. So when you find the store, that will be linked in the video, drop us a message, let us know that you were watching on YouTube, and then that'll automatically give you the 20% discount on anything else or anything that you're interested in. So I really hope you've enjoyed these videos. This has been a two-part series in this £150 sterling Caravan. There's loads more to come. I am renting space in this yard from the landowner for this business venture, so I've got plenty of room for more caravans. There is more coming. I can't tell you what they are right now, but they're coming. And that means more videos, and that means more profit. So if you're enjoying the video series, thanks very much for watching. I really appreciate it. I am delighted at how quickly, and I'm actually astounded at how quickly the channel has grown. I really appreciate all the comments, constructive comments, and I just absolutely love all the engagement that the videos are getting. So thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.